Shalom, Yasharallah. First and foremost, I want to say all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachah HaKodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of the house of David. Salutations to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching the truth and righteousness and sincerity. To you Israelite foreigners, come back home to the truth. To those that passed on, serving the Lord, the dead in Yahushai, Shalaraz. First to you sisters who believe, keep encouraging and supporting your brothers out here, teaching this truth. And always commemorate the sister who washed Yahushua feet when you read the scriptures. I want to talk to y'all just a general overview or kind of talking about following the Bible. And what I want to talk about is, just a thought that hit me through, Lord willing, through the Spirit, is when you follow the Bible, you literally make your life better. I'm going to tell you, not just an individual, but if the world actually followed the Bible, life would be better for everybody. Fucking people, I swear. They don't know how to drive. But anyway. What do I mean by if people follow the Bible? I'll explain. Alright? In the law, in the Bible, it tells you to, it has a whole system with the crops to basically feed the poor. If women stayed virgins until they got married, if men did right by women, all of these are things that are laws in the Bible. Life would be better for everybody. If we lived in an honest society, if people did not charge the usury, charge interest when they loan to their own people. All these things are things that are in the Bible as instruction. If it weren't sodomy, if people followed the dietary law, they'd be healthier. If it wasn't for sodomy, people would be mentally and spiritually healthier. This would even go for other nations. Other nations would benefit from following the biblical laws. If women wasn't trying to fucking compete with men for dominance in the household, if men were in power, and not just in power on some, I know since college I heard this phrase, I am man, hear me roar. But yeah, that type of mentality, right? If that mentality from men was gone, and there was a balance of everything. Because even men have to understand that we put women through a lot of shit. There would be, we wouldn't be dealing with mental health crises and issues right now. We'd be a lot better off as a society. If people followed the Bible, if people actually not only believed in it, but followed, did what they were supposed to do, it would benefit humanity. It wouldn't just be Israelites. It would benefit humanity. And it's going to benefit humanity. When we get in, Lord willing, when we get in the kingdom, Lord willing, things will be better. Well, no, excuse me. Things will be better. I'm sorry. Don't get old, y'all. I just said some of the dumbest shit I ever said. When we get in the kingdom, things will be better. Humanity will benefit from following the Bible. Like I said, the laws, because it's funny, you don't actually have to believe, right, to follow it, and it will still make everything better. That's how perfect the Bible is. Even a non-believer can actually follow the rules and the laws, and everything can and would be better for them until the time of judgment. You know, when you follow the Bible, but then again, you to actually want to follow the laws, you'd have to believe in God and Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. You know, y'all have to understand. I make these videos more for the people that are not in the faith, to get them into the faith, not for brothers that already know. And that's the thing that's funny. I did want to go off. I know that this is off topic, but a lot of you brothers, when you be at camp or when you make your videos, you make it only for people that are in the truth. Jake, Esau, motherfuckers don't know who the fuck Jake, Esau, Yahweh. Like you gotta speak to the people that don't know. Otherwise, you're just literally edifying brothers. You may not even be edifying brothers that are in the know. If you're getting too many oohs and ahs and, oh, that's a good point, maybe you're not teaching who you're supposed to be teaching. You're teaching people that already know. You know, that's why a lot of times, even if you see me on social media, a lot of times I speak down to the intelligence of the people. Not because I think I'm above them in intelligence, but with the scriptures, with the knowledge that we have, we are the ones that know. We're the teachers. They're the ones that are being taught. Now, whether they want to learn or not, that's on them. But at least speak down to the intelligence of the people. You know, but anyway, going back to the original point, which is life, everything. Like the Bible has a system to take care of poor people. Think about that. People that are poor, people that are you know, not doing well in life. You know? The Bible has a whole economic system. That's what it's about. The Bible's about governing. Not a system of slaves, but a system of, you know, I hate to say, human beings. A system of human beings. To govern their life correctly, to have everything structured and in order. Because when things are structured and in order, things move better. Think about a car. If all the pieces aren't working correctly, if there's even one piece of the car, one part of the car not doing what it's supposed to be doing. I'm driving in the rain, not literally right now, but I'm saying, like, you driving in the rain and the windshield wipers don't work. Well, you're in trouble. If I'm driving and I'm trying to listen to my music and I can't listen to my music, I'm not necessarily in trouble, but I'm definitely, you know, it's going to be annoying driving, not being able to listen to your music. For everything, for life to function correctly, mankind must follow the Bible. Think about it this way. When mankind doesn't use things the way it's supposed to be used, right? When you in your house and you run your air conditioner when it's not even that fucking cold, and the lights go off because of the fucking breaker, right? That's because you're putting too much stress on the circuit breaker. Maybe you unplug other shit. Maybe you say, hey, you know what? I'm going to have to go without internet for a little bit because it's fucking hot in here. You know, when things aren't used the way they're designed, they don't work well. It's the same thing with everything in life, with the scriptures. You misuse a human being, or you misuse like a diet. You know, you eat wrong. You eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. You say, hey, this shit tastes good, which I can't imagine it do. I mean, Old Bay seasoning smells good, but I seriously doubt. I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know. I haven't had any of that in over 26 years. But because humanity does that, that's why there's diseases. Like I said, the dietary law, following the dietary law would benefit everybody, health-wise. But people don't want to do that. People want to eat what they want to eat. You know, people live more for pleasure than they do for the sake of righteousness. And I think that that's where a lot of human beings fuck up. And then you wonder why the world's so fucked up. Nobody's following the law. And then you wonder why now we're in an age where now we have to teach people the Bible. And then you wonder why in the kingdom we're not going to have to teach our neighbors the Bible. Because the Bible's going to be the standard of the land. The world is going to have to follow the Bible. Ain't gonna be no excuses. Ain't gonna be shit in them days. You motherfuckers are gonna live by the Bible. And that's it. That's the bottom line. That's the way we're gonna live our life. And then the world is gonna be so much better. The world is gonna be so much better. You know, people aren't gonna eat. I mean, maybe the nations might eat fucking pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. I don't know. But definitely Israelites will thrive and learn to love their lives. We're not gonna have mental health issues. You know, I don't think no homeless Israelites in the kingdom. Ain't gonna be no homeless Israelites in the kingdom. You know, for white men, white Republican men, even black Republican men. They drive past what's that called? Newark Penn Station, and they get fucking disgusted and think that these people are below subhuman, right? I look at those people suffering in Penn Station, homeless, muttering shit as my people that are suffering. You know how they say we are not the same? We are not. If you look at those people as less than human, those same people with a couple of different things in their life, a couple of things that would have been done different, a couple of more opportunities, those people could have been big people in this society. I used to live right next door to a guy. He actually was at the camp years ago, back when Chief Gabar was with us. His name is J-Mo. I don't know if he's still alive, but the fact that he made it to see camp with me and Chief Gabar, because I'm telling you, I know the guy since I was a little kid. I didn't know what the fuck was his problem all them years. Then when I got a little older, I'm like, oh, he's on heroin all the time. But from what I heard, He could have been a super basketball player. He was tall. Well, he is tall. Well, hopefully he's still alive. You know, but he's always been out of his mind. He's always crazy. You know, great guy. I mean, you know, it's not nothing. Never seen him do anything malicious. Straight up heroin addict. But like I said, never, not once heard him say or do anything malicious. You know, just get high. But you let some of these Trumpkins see him, they'll be like, oh, he's the murderer, he's a killer. No, he's literally just fucking high off heroin. Nothing else you can say about him. Doesn't rob, steal. He begs, or used to beg. But that's it. Nothing bad, nothing malicious. The most lovable human being when he's not high. And even when he is high, he doesn't bother anybody. I see that as my people suffering. I don't see that as a subhuman. You know, if the world followed the Bible, the world would heal itself. But because we're living under an oppressive regime, they're not going to follow the Bible. They're going to be forced. They're going to be forced. And they're going to be forced by the very same people that they're forcing not to follow the Bible. They're going to be forced by the same people that they brainwashed into not following the Bible. The Bible is perfect poetic justice, to be honest. Like, the prophetic parts of the Bible are perfect. One, two, three, four. All right, I got to get in the fifth lane. Yes, I did just do that for you expert drivers out here. But anyway, that's it, man. You know, hopefully, well, not hopefully, I gotta, definitely, we will be in the kingdom if the Lord wills it. You know, I don't know what my part is going to be. Lord willing, I'll be one of those men too. You know, we'll be in the kingdom, and it's not even about enslaving and hurting the nations. It's going to happen. You know, the Lord is going to put such anger in us that we're going to whoop ass. We're going to whoop ass. We are going to enslave the nations. But let's just get to the kingdom first, right? Before we start, you know, we're going to prophesy that we're going to do things to the nations, but at the same time, you know, we got to get ourselves together to be able to get there. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.